Hello, and welcome to Design Space Friday with Shirley Ross, a Close to My Heart consultant. Today we are going to be working with another one of our Complete Creativity layouts from the Complete Creativity collection from Close to My Heart. And I brought in the single page layout, which you can see here. It has an overlay in the back, and then it has kind of like one of those hanging embroidery hoops, and then some flowers and a banner. When it first comes in, you can see that the layout is grouped, and it looks like it's wider than what will fit on the mat, but that's just because some of these elements are wide, so they will make it look like it's bigger than it is. But the largest element on here is the overlay in the back. And I'm going to ungroup it because we're going to be playing with this a little bit after I show you why. So we'll let it ungroup here a moment. All right, so you'll see the overlay is under 11.5. And you can actually, if you want, go ahead and change it to 11.5. And instead of the 11.499. So anyway, that's at 11.5. All right, so I'm going to click on Make It, and this is why I'm going to be playing with it, because I just want you to see a few things. All right, so we're going to come down here to this part, and you can see that they're thrown all over, and that's because some of them are considered a single image, and I'm going to show you how I work with that so that you can get them onto the mat with less space. I know it's a lot of work involved, but I find that I like to do it that way just so that it goes onto the mat. When you're playing with paper, you want to save paper. If it's a vinyl and you want to put them in a specific place, that's one thing. You can leave them that way. But when you're playing with paper, you want to save space as much as possible. So I'm going to pull this out, and you see it's two images as one. It's not grouped. Excuse me. It's not grouped, so I'm going to slice them, and that just will make them into two single images. So we'll wait for the square to come up. So I'm going to just cover that, and then I'm going to select both, and then I'm going to make sure I have both of them. There we go. And then I'm going to slice. Taking a moment. And then I'm going to delete. So now it's two. So when it goes to the mat, it's going to go out on there as two. So what I will do is just do that with all of them. I'm just going to do it with the group right now so that you can see when it goes to the mat. There we go. It's easier to work with. There we go. And then we're going to slice. And just delete the parts you don't want. And then you see you just have that one and that one. And that one still, there must be something. There's a little bit. I must have missed a tip. So let's bring in the shape and get that off. Yeah, make sure you cover the whole thing when you do the slice. So I must have knocked off a tip of the, and I did. There we go. So now it's just a single. So I'm just going to do those right now so I can show you when you take it to Make It now. And you go to the mats. Now you can see that some of them are closer than they were before. So you just want to keep doing that until you get them all. Excuse me. So that one's good. That's good. It's single. So we'll come down here. Now that one is close, so that one I wouldn't necessarily, nor that one. It's just the ones that are far apart. There we go, like this one. I would rather have that one to be closer together. I might even slice that one out too. We'll just do one more because I don't want to bore you with all my slicing. And I do tend to use slice more than I use, like you can hide contour a lot of times when you're working with different shapes. I like to slice things off and delete them. First of all, if your file is really large, it's sometimes hard to work with in Design Space. So this helps keep them smaller. If you slice and delete and then save, it tends to keep your, there we go. And let's go ahead and do it that one. This will be the last one. All right, and then you need to do the same thing with the green. I have to come back over here because you know that they like to put that square up in the upper, or the shape up in the upper corner. Now this one I'm going to curve. That twirled really fast. There we go. Design Space has been acting crazy with me today, so I'm assuming there's an update coming. That's usually what that means, I find. Don't quote me on that. It's just what I have noticed. All right, so let's take that and make it, and let's see how closer they've gotten now. Excuse me. Yeah, see, it's actually brought up one of the pieces from before. You can move it, and then you can actually put some in here because this space is not used. And that will help save space too. So then you can move them around a little bit more and help save space on your paper. Because if you're like me, I don't want to have a lot of little pieces of paper to go in my scrap box. And that we could even bring up some of these. And if you like I said, if you go ahead, like that one is a full one. If you went in and sliced that, it might even help move things up. So that was just my video today, just to share with you some of the things that you might want to do to help save space when you're working with paper. Like I said, if you're working with vinyl, having them separated like that is easier for you when you put it onto a t-shirt or something. But when you're working with paper, you just want to do things that are going to help save the space on your paper. So enjoy, and I will see you next Friday for Design Space Friday with Shirley Ross, a Close to My Heart consultant. Thank you.